What's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I am your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a great night. A very happy St. Patrick's Day to you all, and I hope you all had a great weekend. But we're here for some Sicko Sunday, so I cannot thank all you sickos enough for tuning in here tonight. We're going to do a little weekly recap like we do usually on Fan Friday, but a lot of stuff happening in free agency, so wanted to continue doing those shows. We'll have a nice little recap here of everything that the Eagles did. We'll take a gander at everything you need to know throughout this whole free agency process. The only thing we're waiting on is that damn cap space. And I've been checking like an effing fiend. Do not fear. I keep looking all the time. And as soon as we get those contract numbers, I will be able to give you that cap space. So I appreciate you all tuning in here tonight. Would love to hear your thoughts, and appreciate you hitting the like button, subscribing, all that great stuff. But this is your show, Sicko Sunday. So whatever is on your mind, would love to hear it. But we'll breeze through some of the stuff that we talked about throughout the week. But you guys can let me know what is on your mind. Call him my man. Appreciate you, dude. Thank you. Look, I try to put out as much as I can, very limited with what I can do, but try to do as much as I can to give you guys the information you need. And you know, I'm excited to keep Sweat, and we've talked about it. You know, you could keep Sweat, Reddick, and you could obviously have Bryce Huff here. So Bryce Huff, Josh Sweat, and Hassan Reddick would be the scariest rotation in the league. But I understand Reddick, and in, final year here, things could happen. But man, I would love to keep all three of them. But yeah, I would love to see plenty more, but we'll see how long he's actually going to be around here after this year. What's going on, Tiffany? Hope you had a great weekend. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you and all of you out there. Indeed, it is my good friend Daniel here. And, I appreciate you, dude. And hope you guys are all staying safe out there. We're having a great time. And look, it has been an insane week for me. I did my best to keep up with everything I possibly could. That was a really cool first day, getting that text, the tampering period about Saquon and Huff. So I really thought I was going to miss out on everything for you guys, but I was able to give you like the biggest nugget of all before, it happened that morning. So for those of you tuning in, those of you who are new, dude, I can't thank all of you enough. I know a lot of you guys love this stuff, and my sources, I try to do my best. Obviously some things, one thing since I've been doing this, obviously we did not get Justin Simmons. And I told you he was asking too much. CJ Gardner-Johnson, they went back, worked it out with him. So I love to see it, but I do my best here, and you guys are awesome. You really, for years here, we have been breaking down the cap, doing everything we can to get people on board with understanding why this team is building something special. And yeah, we had a really rough end to last year, but we've got draft picks. We've got cap space to do things that you've already seen what we talked about, a couple months ago, that there are going to be some things to get excited about. And right off the bat, we're excited, right? So we're going to take a look at all those things. And if you missed anything, don't worry. I've got the update on everything. But Daniel, Trey, Tiffany, Colin, Real RMP. Yo, what's up, my man? And we got Teresa. Let's go, Birds. Appreciate you tuning in. And my man, Drew, let's go. Yo, dude. Hope you're doing well. Appreciate you taking the time. And I know you're, almost 2 a.m. over there. So it's Sicko season, baby. All of you that are taking the time on, this holiday or just it being a Sunday, I appreciate you. Whenever you're taking the time, and you could be watching this later, I'd always love to hear from you. So let's jump right into this and let's take a look, and we'll breeze through the things you obviously saw. And, starting on, we'll look at the offense, what we had. It's Saquon Barkley. Swift went to the Bears, and then, dude, I told you, I got that text. I saw the news about Swift, and then my guy texted me, and I was like, oh, my God, wait. And you guys know how much I wanted Huff. So hearing Saquon and Huff in the same text, I was like, you got to be shitting me. So I was pretty pumped. I hope you guys are pumped. I cannot wait to see him in this offense. I think he is going to feast. We'll talk a little bit more about that. But Hennessy providing some depth. And you talk about how we needed a guy that can play guard and center. That's exactly what you get. Temple made. And Matt Hennessy, got injured last year, missed all the season, but he's somebody that brings that versatility that can push Cam Jurgens, and Cam Jurgens will be the center. But, looking at Steen, hoping he can take that right guard spot, but you never know what could happen. So maybe he'd be better at center and Jurgens stays at guard. You never know what could go down, but at least you have people pushing each other and there's competition there. So I like that signing. Devontae Parker, I'm not sure he even makes the team, but he's a big name, but he's going to have to compete with those younger guys. You'll see the depth chart coming up here, but I think that, obviously he's going to have to compete. I'd love to see the Eagles continue to add to that position, especially in the draft. So we'll see, but okay, I'm okay with adding depth because you need to have 90 players here. So adding depth, all about it. And then we talked about getting a backup quarterback, and well, they do not get Justin Fields, who I know a lot of people wanted, but I'm perfectly fine with getting a cheap former first rounder who has 2 years left on his contract. And yeah, he's not great, but I don't want him to be super great to where I have to hear the nonsense, but I do want him to do well, be able to be traded. Maybe after this year, you get an undrafted kid this year. Tanner McKee develops to a place where you feel comfortable with him as number 2, whatever it may be. But Kenny Pickett, not a bad trade for me. He moved back 22 spots, and that's from the third round, the end of the third round to the fourth round there. So look, man, it's not that big of a deal that I've seen people make it. You have 4 7th-round picks next year, and you traded 2 of them, so now you have 2. Look, Howie is always wheeling and dealing, and we talked about that 4 7th-rounders, and I told you we are definitely not going to have 4 of them. And, well, already they're gone, 2 of them. So I think that you'll continue to see Howie cooking, but we got a backup quarterback. And, on defense now, we talk about needing depth there, and we got Zach Vaughn, somebody that can play off ball, can help you as an edge, help you on special teams. I love the addition there. You hope that he provides some good depth and can give you some starter reps if need be. And then yesterday we talked about Oren Burks, and he is somebody that can give you some starter reps, and he is a special teams ace. I think we talked about his athleticism yesterday, and he can help you. 68.2% completion percentage allowed is really good. 2.1 missed tackle percentage. That's awesome. 1 missed tackle last year. You need to really, have guys you can depend on in special teams. And I think that this is a great addition here. But they add Devin White, who, he had a down year, had his struggles in coverage. He had all these other things going on. And sorry, I didn't have the missed tackle percentage. All that great stuff here for Devin White. This was a different show. But look, I thought I would add that, and I'll continue to add things that are just better. Now, Devin White, to me, 26 years old, still a lot left in the tank. I think he's going to really provide something we didn't have here. It's better than Morrow and Cunningham, and I think Cunningham could be added back. We talk about his relationship with Bobby King, the Eagles' new linebacker coach. But, dude, Devin White, Nakobe Dean, I like that. And I think that, Dean, you're hopeful that he continues to develop and get better. And, those two can really shine together. But I would add in the draft as well. But I welcome free agent, signings because we've got the cap space. We need to add people. So all about it. Now, the top addition here, CJ Gardner-Johnson coming back. That's insane to me. Very excited to see him, back and helping us not only as safety, but as a nickel corner. Now, he's got to stay healthy here, and everybody's got to stay healthy, but he can really provide something for this defense, and I'm excited to see what he can do. Now, at edge rusher, talk about Bryce Huff. You guys know he was my number 1 free agent target. Let's go. I still pumped. Led the Jets in sacks. Didn't start a single game for them. This dude, like one of the best pass rush win rates in the league the last couple of years. And dude, once he gets some reps, I'm telling you, and I talked about it. You could let him, he's only 25 years old, be behind Sweat and Reddick, keep them both for 1 more year, try to go win a Super Bowl with that rotation. Yeah, I mean, I would be ecstatic. Figure this stuff out next year, restructure or extend Reddick like I talked about, and I would be very happy. But I'm not against having Huff as the starter and, whatever it may be. But I'm pumped up either way, and he will be playing a lot either way. So we'll just look at, the tracker here I had for you guys, all the things that went down. Obviously, we'll talk about the players we lost so far. Fletcher Cox, Jason Kelsey retired. It sucks. But guess what? We were already prepared for this. We had Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Milton Williams in the wing. You got Ojomo and Tupelotu there as well. Kelsey, you have Juergens, you got Steen. You're hopeful those guys can pan out, but I'm sure you'll continue to add there. Now, some of the free agents that signed with other teams, Mariota to the Commanders, Opeta to the Bucks, Stoll to the Giants, Swift to the Bears. Morrow went to the Bills. I swear, I would love to change that and remember that one day. But the Byard there, he went to the Bears as well, so only 2 of them. But then we do have a few that are still out there. I've talked about it. I wouldn't mind Driscoll as depth. Olamide Zaccheaus back. But, beyond that, maybe Avante and Zach Cunningham as depth, depending on what you add or draft. But, hey, we'll see. But as we just talked about, the things we did do, who we kept, who we retained, who we added, Josh Sweat, love that we restructured him. We talked about that a couple of months ago. I told you, expect the trade talks, things like that. That's how he was engaging the market. That's how this works. And, they figured things out. He restructured. He'll figure it out next year. Now, we also extended Landon Dickerson and Jake Elliott. I expect Devontae Smith. Would love to see Milton Williams extended as well, but maybe we see how this year pans out and go from there. But Devontae, I imagine, will be coming up, but we shall see. Now, we actually also re-signed some guys, and Brandon Graham, Braden Mann, Rick Lovato, Albert O brought back. So BG going to ride out one more year. Let's go win the effing Super Bowl for him. Very excited there. I like the additions we did add back, but the guys that we've added, obviously, we just looked at all of them, but most recently, Oren Burks. And, that's 3 linebackers you've added, and they provide depth elsewhere, a starter. Then you've got a starting safety, a starting edge that could be depth. I don't care, whatever it is, he's going to shine. You talk about the offense, starting running back, the depth piece on offense could be a starter if need be, a depth piece that will, push people, provide some veteran knowledge throughout offseason, and then a backup quarterback that you traded for in Kenny Pickett. So to me, this offseason, man, off to a bang. And, we're at day 5 here, and, this is clearly a Sunday, so not too much going on, but hey, it ain't over, man. And if you saw the show I put out earlier today, it was the top 200 guys remaining. So go check it out, man. There are still things we can do, and we will do. So we're going to talk about some things here, but let me jump back over here and let's see you guys sharing that love. Hello, Tiffany. How are you? And a very happy St. Patrick's Day to you. I'm much happier than, I was at the end of the year, but I talked about this as soon as that year ended. We're going to get right back on track. We got the cap space. We've got the draft picks. Just wait, man. Stay patient because it's only going to get better. And it's going to be tough because you're going to get impatient because I just want football to start because this team, oh, baby. But here's the thing. You do still have holes. You got to fix some things up, and they know that. And I'm pumped about it. Nina, let's go. Appreciate you tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the time with your family, but I appreciate all the questions, the cap. Those people are trying to put out false information always. But as soon as those numbers come out, I will have a cap show. We will talk about all of that. I've been checking nonstop, no matter where I am, trying to get that news. But appreciate you taking that time. Hope all is well. Hope you and the family are enjoying the holiday. And love to see you guys sharing that love here. And got to restructure Reddick. Well, hey, you guys heard me a couple months ago. Check out that video where I talk about how you can do that, what it does for the cap, how you can keep him around. You can re-sign elsewhere, or you could extend him, add some dummy years, let him finish his career here. A lot of things you could do. But glad to hear you're doing well, Drew, my man. Appreciate you tuning in. Happy Sunday to you, Jackson. 2 questions. Can you explain how the dead cap works in trade scenarios? Do you have a compilation of the past 5 years? Calling a draft pick I can watch. Well, you can go back and watch all of the videos, or you can check any of my social. I'm on every single social, so you can check out the names, those years, whatever it may be. But no, I didn't make like a video. I'm the man. No, I did not do that. But the dead cap in a trade, it works differently for all kinds of different people. I'll see if I have. Let me look here for you real quick. If I have somebody's contract, I will show. Okay, we got somebody here. Oh, is that Reddick? It might be very useful. Let me see here real quick. This is, oh, look at that. We are in luck today here. So we've got a sign Reddick here. Fantastic. Now, this is what his contract looks like. $21.8 million cap hit. There's no way that we want to pay that. Now we have cap, we have things going on. We're good to go, but that's just, a matter of, how he rolls. And I think that we'll be, adding some more big pieces coming up here this week, but, or maybe they wait, they trade, they do things we talked about. But look, you can see here, if you restructure or extend, you're still saving a little over 11 with the restructure, 11.8 with an extension in cap space. But you can see here, it shows the dead money for each scenario when you're cutting or trading pre and post June 1st. So each little block there presents what would happen if you did that certain thing. So you can see say we look at trading here. So if you're trading him pre June 1st, which is, what they're saying that we're going to do, the Eagles would then take on $20.6 million in dead money. So that would just what that just means is that would be dead money. It's not used. It's against the cap, and we don't have him. You save $1.2 million on the cap, but the rest of it is just poof in the air. You can't use it. So really you're losing money. You're not saving shit. So you don't want to, want to always do that unless, it's a certain scenario or this, that, or the other thing. If he's like upset, he doesn't want to be part of a rotation with Huff. I think he should be. I think that's how we dominated a couple of years ago when we're in the Super Bowl. Want to get back to that, break the sack record. So, you go into the draft, my opinion, and you see what happens. And then after the draft, you wait a couple of months. But you do have your post June 1st cut designations. And we talked about you could do that with James Bradbury. You could do that with a few people. But you see Hassan Reddick, you would actually save $16 million and you would only take on 5.8. So his money, and there are a lot of these contracts, like someone with a different contract that has other years, or, Hassan, sorry, this is from a show. I usually have like this rest of the info handy, but I don't. But if he has the dummy years on there, which he does, and, most guys do, you're going to see where there's dead cap in later years. But, if somebody is let go of before, they reach that point, their money is prorated into 2 years. So you just, whatever it may be, a certain amount 1 year and the next, there's a bunch of different things that go into that. But you can see that it's just money. You don't want to waste it. So in the end, what we're talking about here is if you trade him now, it's old. Yeah, let's get rid of one of the best edge rushers and let's lose money while doing it. I mean, unless I'm getting like really good draft picks and like a player in return or something. And sometimes there's ways you can figure things out to lessen blows in certain places. But dude, I think for me, like if he restructures and then you try to do certain things, like, I mean, I wish we could go back to that show. Like, I wish I just had a clip of it. But dude, there's ways where I talked about this before it happened. And we talked about Sweat and Reddick and how this time was coming. This is why we drafted Nolan Smith. So it's a possibility he's going. But man, you could just keep him. But if not, see what you do in the draft. Maybe add another stud at edge, and you're like, holy shit, because you got to remember, you have Nolan Smith and Brandon Graham back there. So a lot of things to think about here for Howie Roseman, but it's a good stuff to be worried about, right? But great questions, man. I got a cheap backup indeed. Quarterback for 2 years, 3-4 million saves you. Did I answer your other thing? Sorry. And yeah, we did. We got a good backup there. But no, you get the thing you were asking about the drafts and stuff. We just did the live stream because I wanted to, put it on live stream last year, and it was fun. So we're going to do that again this year. But I always do these shows before. But though 1 year it got me a job writing, and that was the Andre Dillard one. Jalen Reagor makes me still want to jump out of a window, but you have to understand that I didn't think Justin Jefferson would be available. And I'm pissed about that too. But, Carter Davis, I don't even remember who the hell was before that. I think that they were all pretty easy. When you sit here and you watch those videos just breaking down, and I like to do like, draft stuff with you guys. Like I break down each position, but, like some mock draft stuff, just talk about. And we got to the point now where everybody started taking it. So like I have that special show I know you guys like. So we wait, like a week or something like before the draft. I have it all mapped out, but there are days where I give you guys each show. So look, man, keep tuning in. But if you need help finding something, I mean, I'll try. But I do not have like a compilation of that, dude. But appreciate you taking the time here. And good evening to you, Joe, my friend. And hey, man, Edge, we talked about Trot. A lot of great options out there. So I'm very excited. Thank you very much, Wiser, for that super chat. And I'd be all for extending him, keep him here. And, you restructured Sweat. If he's gone and maybe you just have Reddick and Huff and Nolan Smith and then whoever this young guy this year we had is, or a free agent, a lot of options here. So to me, I think that I would definitely, just extend him or restructure. Either way, you drop that money. Now his cap, it's only going to be around 10 million if you do one of those. So why not just keep him, have him around 10, and you open up like 10 million more in cap space, dude. So go check that show out if you want to see. It was like you could create up to 37 million and that was talking about not having to cut anyone. And we talked about Byard and Maddox and how they could create more money, and Maddox was less. Well, we did those things, and you can get all that contract information from those shows. And it's got like not just the 15 ways to create cap space, but some of those names you want to know about, like Bradbury, because that's not going to save you cap space. But I included him so you could see what those contract details look like. But that's from a couple months ago. So go back and, dude, there's playlists for all this stuff. So if you're looking for money stuff, it's Show Me the Money. If you're looking for roster stuff, if you're looking for, I've got stuff for every single thing that is out there. But, I appreciate you taking the time. And I always try to do that at the beginning of, free agency. Well, not even free agency, the off season. So that way you guys know, and you don't let the media get you caught up with all their shenanigans they play. Oh my God, we're trading everybody. It's like, no, dude, they're in the final year of their contract, and this is how he does. And it's a wild world out there, but that's what we're here for. That's what you're here for. And let's have it go Birds. Thank you again, my man, for that super chat. Fez really good. And oh yeah, baby. And we talked about why he was my number one fit in free agency. And you guys know last year we were talking about how I wanted to trade for him. I love this kid, man. And I think he's super underrated. He's not about to be. So, yeah, man, I was seriously, and I almost made the joke. I was talking with somebody, like they were saying about roofing. They're like, oh, I help with roofing because I said I was going to jump through the roof. And I was like, actually, I would have been jumping through the floor. And I know that sounds weird, but working in basements, I got this text from my guy telling me that we were getting Huff and Barkley. And I was just like, oh God, like try not to lose my mind. And I'm like getting done some things that I had to do. And I was like, oh, guys, I'm going to run out to the truck wick. I'm like, yeah, I'm just trying to post to you guys and let you know that Huff and Barkley were coming our way. And it took me a little bit to be able to see it. I think I can't remember like how long it was, but I remember I was checking my phone every chance I could. And then when I saw it, I was like, yes, baby. So, I hope you guys are pumped up, but, the defense, you guys, I know, you guys enjoy that show I do. And I did it earlier, and I will do it again with the updated looks. So do not worry about who's in the what position, who's starting where. I just wanted to update it with some of the new players and show you guys, and this is the base defense. But again, we are way more complicated. And if you go watch that show, I think I had like 11 different like schemes and structures that you could see of the defense, how they're going to line up, how you use some of these versatile pieces, some guys in the dirt, standing up, doing different things. Oh yeah, get excited. But look, again, do not get worked up who's where. We will continue to fill that bad boy out, and I'll try to fit in like a third string, just because every time I make those, where's the third string guy? Why isn't he in the starting spot? And it's like, well, because he's not the starter or the backup. So hey, but we will do an updated version of that defensive video, try to explain how this multiple scheme defense works. This will be the 4th year running it, but this time we got the Godfather himself, Vic Fangio, running it. My Lord, I need to take a sip of this water. I do apologize. Sweet Lord. I don't know why. Dry, a little dried up there. So we come on back here to your guys' questions here. Okay. I was just literally right there. I saw it said, let's effing go. SICKO. Joey, my man, I found you. Let's go. All about it, my friend. I appreciate all of you guys tuning in. It's SICKO Sunday. This is your show. What's on your mind? Just going through a recap and wanted you guys to see some stuff. And I'm going to show you something here quick once I get into the mailbag question here. But I'm moving on any of the bigger names that are still free agents. Well, Davey, you stay patient for 1 second here. Should sign Gallup and Logan Thomas. Oh, that would be hilarious. No, thank you. And wouldn't mind Logan Thomas. We talked about a receiving tight end, some injury history there, but I would prefer someone like a Bryson Hopkins over him. But some decent options. You can go check out the top 200. He is one of the names up there. So wouldn't be against it. Does it make sense trading Reddick if it wasn't trying? Exactly. Why not have the deepest rotation? And you talk about, what we did just a couple years ago with, first team in NFL history, 4 players over 10 plus sacks. Then you talk about being third in NFL history with 70 sacks. We were like 3 away from the record, 73. We had 70. Holy hell. Get back to that, bro. Imagine, and we didn't do that last year. That was, if you guys watch the show, you remember me saying, we're not rotating these guys enough. We're not keeping them fresh. And you saw at the end of the season, they all fell off. It was like, what's happening here? But they're dead tired. You're not rotating. And, you have Nolan Smith. And I talked about that before the season started. He wasn't ready. You had to develop him. That's why he wasn't seeing many snaps. But BG getting a little older, he's still going to get his snaps. You got Nolan Smith here. If you had somebody else, you, my Lord, have the deepest rotation. And I think that's how you win Super Bowls. So I'd keep them. I definitely would. And I talked about all that stuff before, free agency began. I wanted Huff while we had these guys. What is our current cap space? That will be out when that information comes out and available with the contract details. Bradbury's option graph. I do not have that, but it is available on that show. Do you have an opinion on what team besides the Eagles have done the best in signing free agency? Well, the Commanders, I know, have stacked up some of their players more veteran-like, so you got to temper your expectations, I guess, but they've definitely made some strides in the right directions. The Steelers have really been smoking things, probably some other good ones, but I've been so strapped in with the Eagles, I haven't fully got to lock in. I have been keeping you up with everything, but I'm just all over the place with it. But off the top of my head, those teams, I think with the numbers officially reached, tell me, oh, you know it, man. And as always, you guys know, for those of you that are new here, this is where content creators equals media. This is where they learn how to do it. This is where they get the info, and they get a little ahead of themselves now ever since I taught them some of the basics. And unfortunately, there are 9 players that the contracts are unaccounted for. So some of the restructures things, I do know those numbers, but they're not included in that one that you're seeing out there that says we have 39.9 or whatever. That is incorrect. I would assume more close to 25, 30, but Howie is a madman and really gets some of these low. And I think that, you look at Saquon, he has a $3.9 million cap hit. So don't expect any of these to be really big. So we can still have around 30 million. I'm just saying I'll definitely have it for you. But what I'll do is I'll do another one of those versions of the create cap space, because I'll give you the Bradbury. I'll show you all those ones you want to see. But, obviously we already did some of those things we talked about, like the Jake Elliott, the Maddox expired, and Sweat, but I think that we'll talk about how Reddick, and there's still options out there where we can still probably create up to like $20 million in cap space. So we do not have to stop anything, man. We want Justin Simmons, Kyle Duggar. You want whoever like out there, dude, you can do whatever you want. OZ, yeah, I'm a big fan. Drew, would love to have him back myself. Think he could show up last year when called on. I think so too, man. And it was pissing me. We were here. I know you were with me, man. It was driving me insane. So we'll see. But I don't know, man. I'm pretty stacked at interior D-line. But free agency and the draft are for adding players. So we will definitely continue to do that. And always to the line, as we talked about earlier today and last night. I think we're all on board. Keeping Reddick for sure. And yeah, man, that's one of the tough parts of the offseason, but I love this dude. I really do. Yeah, and it really does suck buying jerseys and then watching them walk. I've got a Devontae and I've got a Hurt, so I feel pretty confident in those two, but it does suck anymore. And yes, all aboard the Alameda Zacchaeus train. Chance Bradbury. Hey, man, you never know. He obviously, lost a step, but I think if we use him situationally, now you lose money if you get rid of him. So if you really want to keep him, and he's a depth piece. We talked about Isaiah Rodgers starting over him, or Zach McPherson in the slot. Use him as, the big nickel dime backer at times. I think that he could play a role like that. And Vic Fangio is a really smart guy, and I think that he would put him in a position to succeed. I just don't know if he's going to be accepting of that. Think he could still play somewhere. Anything could happen there, man. But, I talked about it. If you want to get rid of him post June 1st, is how you actually save some money. And it would still be like $4 million you lose, I think. But you could move on from him. I know a lot of people are furious about his play, and rightfully so. He definitely had his struggles. But this defense was ass, man. So hard to really tell, but he definitely got burnt a bunch of times. So, I mean, he definitely some rough times out there. But, hey, you never know, man. You never know. He's trying so hard to sleep on. Oh, let him, dude. Let him, because I think Saquon Barkley is going to, oh my God. Like, every time we played them, I was pissed. I love the dude at Penn State, man. One of my favorite running backs to watch in most recent years, man. I really am a fan, and I hated that the Giants got him. Thought I was a stupid pick for them, and I really knew what they were going to do, and run him into the dirt is exactly what they did. But this dude, he just stays fighting, comes out like injured. He just wants to win, play. He's got that Philly attitude, bro. He should have never been on the Giants. They're a weak-ass team. And Philly, dude, is where I feel he'll be at home. I think this dude behind this offensive line with Jalen Hurts, you've got receivers like A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, your tight end. He hasn't seen a team like this in front of him. Every team knows they can key on him, and he's still smoking people now. Holy shit. We got Saquon Barkley, bro. Let him sleep, baby. Let him sleep. I'm pumped. Let's go. Yo, Sean, my man. I'm pumped up here, man. I really think this free agency is off to a great start. Hope you're having a great weekend. I heard you the first time there. Film on Bond. I'm really looking forward to seeing what he does. Yeah, man, we talked about him, right, Drew? I think that excitement around, because he not only helps you as an off-ball linebacker, but he can help you on the edge. So that's like, looking at Terrell Lewis, looking at Brandon Smith, some of those reserve future signings that we had, Nolan Smith, who we drafted last year, Hassan Reddick. That's that, role that they can help at. And Oren Burks could even try to help out a little there, but using him as off-ball, depth in case of emergency, a special teamer, I think he'll work there. But Bond, I really like him. I thought it was a really good addition, because you need depth. And people, this guy sucks. And it's either this guy's a starter or I hate him forever. He sucks. And it's like, well, dude, you got to have depth here. And it's not even surefire that he makes the team. We could go draft a stud and he could beat him out for a job, because, we are loaded at edge, and we get another linebacker, and then we draft a linebacker. Anything could happen. But I think with his versatility, it's going to give him a great chance to make this team, and I think he will. And I'm excited about the signing as well, man. Rotation Sweat. Hey, man. Right? I'm trying to say, bro, and that's what I said during that video right before free agency started, that if you get a guy like Huff and just mix him in there, you don't got to trade anybody, do anything. We have the sickest rotation, and they will rue the day that they spoke ill on us. We know what happened last year. We know, dude, we're pissed, and we're going to come out swinging all these young guys. They hear all this bullshit that the media is making up and fans are eating up, and the media is just spewing it non-stop. And that's all right, man. Keep talking your trash, because this team, they are very young, and a lot of these guys are developing. And once you unlock them, dude, I can't wait. So let them keep sleeping, especially on this defense. I hear all the trash on Carter and Davis and Williams and Reddick and Sweat situation and just everything. And it's like, just imagine them all together. Like, okay. Oh, that's cute. You saw the graphic I just showed you, right? Because to me, oh, dear Lord, if you go ahead and get someone like a Trot Jr., an Edge, Cooper, you get someone like that at linebacker, I think you're really setting something up special. And you could go get someone. Let's get into that actually real quick before I get ahead of myself. Go Birds! Appreciate you tuning in. And go Panthers! Hilarious. But let me see this real quick, and then I'll get back to your guys' stuff here. But we had Liz throwing in a little something to the mailbag there. So I do want to jump over to this quick. If you were in Howie's shoes, what would be your next move? So I want to answer a question before I just keep answering her question. So first off, I have the answer here, but let's take a look here at this depth chart. So been keeping this updated for you. Anybody in green here is a free agent or trade. Anyone in gray is reserve future signing. So you can see that the offense, oh Lord, whether Steen is that guy or whatever they figure out, Hennessy's there or a draft pick, whatever, this is still going to be one of the best offensive lines. We're going to add to wide receiver. I don't think Covey's going to be that guy, but got to get somebody in there. We'll see if one of these younger guys or Devontae Parker wants to step up, but I'd love to see someone in the draft. There are some free agents available. Running back, you could add there, but Saquon, baby, very excited. Tyrion Davis-Price and Lou Nichols, excited to see what they can do. You got your backup, so excited there. And I've stressed the point that tight end too, you need to bring competition. I think we'll do that in the draft. I think that we will do that also, talking about free agents. Obviously, I mentioned Bryson Hopkins. I think that there are a plethora of ways that they can improve that position, and you don't necessarily have to go into free agency and do it. I think they will in the draft, but oh man, a couple places there I wouldn't mind. But on defense, I think this is where if I'm Howie, the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to try to improve somewhere, and you can see her at edge, dude. I would just keep that. Okay, that'd be probably the first thing I do is just not trade Reddick. So you see with the rotation of Sweat, Reddick, Huff, Smith, Brandon Graham, Patrick Johnson there. You've got Aquara, Jackson, Smith, and Lewis can play both. You talk about Nakobe Dean, Devin White, Bond, Burks, Van Sumeren. Now, again, I would love to go into the draft and get a linebacker. So as much as I talk about you could still add a free agent, I think that's more draft for me. Cornerbacks, dude, maybe you get rid of Bradbury and add, Tre'Davious White, and he stays healthy, gets back to all-pro form. I don't know, man. Maybe you go after a Tavier Thomas who could be your starting nickel cornerback right off the bat, or you give Miles Bryant a chance, or Chandon Sullivan comes back. There's some options out there, but I don't know that would be my first thing I do. First thing I do is go out and grab a safety. And yeah, we got CJ Gardner-Johnson, but I think CJ Gardner-Johnson, you not only can use him as a safety, but we talk about the jack of all trades, using him as that nickel corner, having him all over the field, taking on tight ends, doing things that he's had struggles at times in coverage, but he's a ball hawk. You put him in positions to make plays and you're excited. Now, the reason I talk about adding the safety is I love Reed Blankenship. I think, in this defense, you use a lot of 3 safety sets. So Reed could be that third safety, or he could be the starting safety with someone else while CJ's playing some nickel in a certain package or whatever it may be. But Sidney Brown is still hurt, and that sucks. So, you know how much you remember watching the draft video last year. That was one of my guys I needed, and we got him, and I'm through the roof. Of course, he gets effing hurt at the end of the season, and now we got to probably watch him miss a few games. So, Tristan McCollum's the only guy we got back there. You need depth, and I would look into the draft as well there. But, dude, there is not only Justin Simmons, but Kyle Duggar is out there. And look, the Patriots can match it, so that's what makes it tricky. But, man, if you could make that work, holy, I would be pumped up. But look at this. This is where I would add. I would get Justin Simmons. I mean, Vic Fangio safety. While, you talk about Sidney Brown being hurt, he still gets to learn from someone like, a Justin Simmons. Yeah. Simmons and CJ Gardner-Johnson together, I would be through the roof with Reed Blankenship and then Sidney when he's healthy. I think that's a nasty rotation there of safeties. And I think that there are options out here. You can go check out the top 200 free agents available. I put that out earlier, about the 12, 13-minute video. But every position you can see just like this. But speaking of the depth chart, I don't want to leave out the special teams. You saw the defense. But how about this? We actually don't have to worry about special teams. You got Elliott, Mann, Lovato locked up. Covey, one of the best punt returners in the game. Isaiah Rodgers can help you at both areas. Let's go. And I'm sure they will add guys that can help you there. So emergency use, you got Devontae, Kenny Gainwell back there. But how exciting is it that I didn't have to stress? Usually I'm making a special teams video. This year I just didn't do it because hardly anybody ever watches them. But I had the specialist and, the returners. And this year it's just, we're fine there. And I talk about, a lot of those guys when they have that versatility to help you in the return game, but they didn't get their own show because I feel damn comfortable about what the Birds have there. And that's crazy to even say. So let me come on back here. Let me find you. Okay, we've got Joe, Brock Bowers, tight end from Georgia in the draft. Yeah, man, he's pretty damn good. I've been hearing his name nonstop the last couple of days. I don't know what happened there that people are saying his name a lot, but yeah, man, he is a stud. The Georgia kid there, wouldn't be against it. But it would depend on where he's at there. Top 15 and worse. Yeah, we'll see how things play out here, man. But I'll get into all that draft stuff here, and I'm already gearing up for it, you sickos. I hope you're ready, man, just like we did for free agency. The draft stuff's even more insane. It's truly insane. So strap in. I'm ready to move. Angela, oh yeah, man. And if they're underrating him, man, I wouldn't watch him. Dreaming, thinking Bowers will be available. Hey, you never know. We talk about how he can trade up, trade back. There's a lot of things he could do. Membership. I think you just click down on your YouTube right below you. There's like subscribe, but there's also like something down there that gives you a membership. I'm not sure. Maybe one of you guys that is in here that signed up or knows. Drew, I know you, my man, know how. Maybe you can show her. Right now, I don't know. I've never signed up for one of those, so I have no idea. But I know that there's a button down below here on the video that you can click on. Yo, my man, if you touch it, do you think we extend many? Oh, yeah, you definitely. And you're going to see this kid get an extension here. He's here for the long run. That's what I'm all about here. Just stay patient, man. I don't know why the media is trying to make it. Why haven't they? It's like, dog, have you seen all the things he's doing? He's busy, right? So I think they extend him, though, my man. Appreciate you taking the time, though, Hulk. Hope you're having a great St. Patrick's Day. Enjoying the weekend, my man. Always imagine, right? And a lot of my family Penn State fans, a lot of, chatter about, what if one day, and you get him, dude. So I still hasn't really like seeing him in the Eagle stuff. And dude, holy shit. I can't wait, bro. This offense is going to be unstoppable. And this defense, they keep building it up. Just watch out, bro. Watch out. You saw the defense we won a Super Bowl with, right? This one's going to be 10 times better. Best part of Barkley is he didn't have to be the man and the only piece you ever. Yeah. And look, man, there is, this is a guy that obviously had to be the bell cow. He had to do everything with that team. They had no line, no quarterback, no receivers, and no tight ends. And as I told you, we've got all those things, and he's going to shine. Can't wait. Devin White to come back. Oh, hell yeah. And if anybody can teach him up, it's going to be Vic Fangio. Bobby King is the linebackers coach. These guys, I think maybe they bring back a Zach Cunningham, a veteran that can be depth and, if need be, step in as a starter, but can be there, help these young guys and really help them, with, what Bobby King and what Vic wants from all of them, and come together right now. Let's win the Super Bowl. Okay. So I think Devin White, if he, just listens and gets his head in the game, I think you talk about what a new, just a change of scenery can do for someone, new scheme, things that fit what you got going on. And, you've heard, oh, he's struggled in coverage or he's done this. And I think a lot of it is him kind of giving up, and you hate to see that from a player, no matter what the situation, but it sucked for him, and whatever it may be, you just hope that he's a young man. He's only 26 years old, and you just hope he gets his figured out and he's in the right situation where someone could be a leader. He's got great leaders around him. BG is here. You've got Jalen Hurts. I think that he's in good hands here, and I'm hopeful that with that skill set, that athleticism, they can unlock some things, and he can do a lot here, man. Blitzing, dropping into coverage, he's got to be able to do it all, and I think they will really, hopefully, unlock that stuff. Is there any way we can keep AJ next year? I know it's slim to none. Slim to none. I don't know who's telling you that, but we can definitely keep him, man. We had Castro. I've showed you guys the future cap, all that stuff. And look, man, Howie's going to continue to be Howie, so no need to fear there. We're in good hands. See where this is situated, and we'll be on the road to victory. I'm all about it, Jose. We're already on that road, baby. Strap in. This baby don't stop. We're on that road right now, my friend. No, I do not think we bring back Quez. I definitely don't think that we need to bring him back. We need to bring in someone in the draft, a different free agent, but I'm gonna pass on bringing him back, to be honest with you. Yeah, you want to see them draft well for sure. Don't want to see a bad one. Thin tackle, right? Yeah, you got to add depth on the offensive line as well, and that's what free agency and the draft are for. So Day 5 of the new season. And, obviously we've got months upon months. So I know a lot of the media is freaking out. We don't have the roster filled. Don't worry, man. We're still allowed to sign people. The draft is coming up. So all these things will get filled out. And I'm excited to see how he continues to shine. Go Birds. Funny enough, it's when y'all go Birds. That's what I like. Heck yeah. That's what I like to hear. Yo. And that's what it's all about, man. No matter where you're at, you're over there in Germany. Go Birds. That's what I love to hear, my man. And they just don't understand us, man. Nobody understands our passion, man. It's insanity, man, but it's pure love, right? And we'll be going offensive line, defensive line in this draft. You can bet your money on it. So, Liz, appreciate you tuning in. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you all. And Xavier, I'm a huge fan of Ashley, one of my top fits for the Philadelphia Eagles. And if you guys are fiending for any content, there are videos at every position, all that stuff. You can try to figure out who's going, or you can go look at the updated one where it's got the top 200 free agents, all that stuff we talk about. Reed is a dime linebacker. Yeah, and we talk about, using his skill set, the same as trying to use Sidney Brown as that third safety, as that dime backer, as that guy, that multiple guys can fill that role. And if you watch that show, we talked about the couple of guys we had in Reed Blankenship and Sidney Brown at the time, maybe Bradbury. But, dude, you're going to continue to add there, and I promise you this team is going to get nastier. You could add a guy like Isaiah Simmons, and I think he's a weapon that you could really use. And you wouldn't have to be, your starting off-ball linebacker. That's a weapon you use as one of those dime backers, and certain things that I think that you could add to this team that would really get you on the right track. And Liz, we answered your question, and I just said Isaiah Simmons there, but I think for me, I would add a safety as my next move. If I'm Howie, I would try to get Duggar, but if you can't, they match it, then I would get Justin Simmons. I think he would be a great teacher for some of these young guys. But getting young like Duggar, whoa, let's go. It says join on the video. Thank you, Dank. Hopefully, click the money button on the right chat. I appreciate you guys giving the assist there. Tiffany, hopefully you figured it out. If not, reach out to me afterwards. I'll try to help you out there. Odell, I wouldn't be against it. He did okay, actually, at the end of last season. You got an older guy in Devontae. I think OBJ is better than him, but I'm not like through the roof, like got to get him. I think you got to get younger there, but you want to add competition, not against having competition there. But I would rather go get Mike Williams than I would Odell. But Mike Williams, he might cost you a little bit more. My Cash App, I have no idea, to be honest. I think my PayPal is linked to what is it? PayPal is linked to YouTube. I have Venmo. My mom was like harassing me about that the other day, and I was like, I don't know what any of these things are. My Cash App, I think I have one of those, right? That's my that's Cash App. It's wait for it. $ Jimmy Smith 5914. That's what it is. And hey, you guys are always, I cannot thank you enough for always supporting the channel. And if you guys ever want to do that, and I do appreciate when you do, want to give it rather than tipping on here, because they like to take 30%. Now they do take it. I don't have to do taxes because they do that. But dude, I can't thank you guys enough for the assists. You know how rough it's been. I'm already back in basements while trying to take these leads afterwards and give estimates. Like I'm trying to do these multiple jobs while doing this on top of it. Just trying to get healthy, trying to get, and I told you guys from the get, this disease will never stop me until it, actually stops me. But it's not ever going to interfere with me doing it. It's just going to interfere with how much sleep I get and what time these videos come out, right? Because I got to get home and make them. And it's been intense, man. But I love that, we're adding to it. And look, you guys, I cannot thank you enough for all of your support, everything you guys do. But Xavier, thank you, man. In every, you don't even have to give me a dime. Every comment, everything you guys do, that means the world when you share it. But you send $1 and I'm through the roof about it, man. You guys don't know how much it helps, how much it has cost me to just produce this show, have all the graphic stuff I got to pay for monthly. And it's just like, it took a while till it was making anything profit wise off of it. And you know how my situation is financially already. So I really want to get to a point one day where I can just truly improve on all these things. And I've done my best to keep trying to improve, but we'll get there, man. And with your support, I'll make it to the top. So I love you guys. Cannot thank you enough. Yo, Xavier, you are the man. So I appreciate you, dude. But let me get back over here real quick. If I can find you. Here we go. We are at Hulk. Oh, man, this year, I honestly don't know where we are going. Yeah, man, I told you, Hulk. I think I'm about to crash and burn. I don't know if I'm getting year 6 in a row here because, dude, there's a lot of options. And each week I told you, everyone's going to come up with a new name. We got to get Cooper DeJean. We got to get Brock Bear. Oh, Jeremiah Trotter. Oh, Adrian Cooper. And I love it. I love watching it. That's why I don't give my name right away because, I want to see who they really want. And right now I'm pretty torn on a few people as to who I want my guy to be. So I feel more comfortable once I do those shows because we get effing in depth and I start feeling a certain way after I make them. Like it helps me. So we go through, if you guys are unfamiliar with it, we go through each position just like free agency. So we'll look at the quarterbacks and we'll see what the Eagles have. Like, okay, we traded for Kenny Pickett. We have Tanner McKee. Obviously, Jalen Hurts is a starter. So you don't really need to look in the draft. So we'll talk about who the day 1 guys are, day 2, day 3. We'll talk about who I like. And then we'll talk about where I think the Eagles should focus. So then we would talk about undrafted guys, things like that. So the same for the running backs. We'd look at the Eagles situation. Then we'd look at every running back, and I give you my top fits. So I'm not just talking about like, oh, here's the top 3 wide receiver. You can watch a million shows and get the same people, right? Each year I try to give you guys like Sidney Brown, where it's like, this is my guy. Like, this is who I want because I think he fits in this round. And this is where you should blah, blah, blah. Like, that's what I try to do. And I know a lot of you guys like it. So I appreciate those of you who tune in, but I don't know if I'm getting a 6th year in a row of predicting who we take with our first pick, but I'll try to get some of the other ones. And last year, man, we got like 4 of my guys. So that was awesome, but I'll keep trying to do what I can. We'll do another live stream for the draft this year. I'm pumped up. Last year was really fun. That Jalen Carter one, I tried not to go crazy, but obviously we saw how that went. And that's like my most watched effing video here, because I clipped it into a short, and it's got like almost 45,000 views on it. Apparently you guys enjoyed that, but you know how much I wanted Jalen Carter. So I was excited. I'm happy with 5 years in a row, but I'll of course never get credit for it. And then the streak will end and F you, man. And it's like, I've never seen anyone else do that, but cool, man. That's cool. Being right when people freaked out about not having any safety or linebacker in the first 5 seconds of free. Yeah, man. I try to help them just to stop freaking out every year. I don't understand why they do it every single year. I mean, when everybody was at my neck for trying to say, don't fire Howie, for saying, let Jalen Hurts develop. Like, I promise you, I will guide you. I'm not going to steer you wrong. There's people out there, that's exactly what they're doing. Misinformation. ML football. Oh God. Eagles continue to show interest in. Oh my God. Yeah. Those people are unbearable. I don't know how. Nope. No, thank you. I block all those people because I can't do fake news, man. I just can't. It's just no way, man. And they always are making stuff up every year. And that's what pissed me off. When I first started doing this, there were never any of those sites, never any of these people. Like, people just kind of took the idea and ran with it. And it was like, hey, wait a second. But, and oh, hell yeah, bro. Yeah, I always get him in fantasy, and every year I do, he gets hurt. But then when I don't, he balls out. Or when I play him, he gets hurt in that game. And when I don't play him, then he balls out. It's just always something with him. But I do like him. I am a fan of him. And dude, you guys don't ever have to do that. I'm sure that I did, if I look at it. But you guys are awesome, dude. You're too cool for doing that. You're too supportive of this channel. Can't thank you enough, man. It says accept. Yo, dude, you didn't have to do that. You didn't have to do that at all. Holy crap, man. Xavier, you guys are way too kind with some of this stuff. Like, you could have gave me $10, and I would have been blown away like I am here. But that's awesome. You let's just give a big round of applause to Xavier for being a big help to the channel here. You, my friend, I cannot thank you enough. And you did. That is more than I could ever ask from you guys. And I don't, how I am. I hate asking for anything. I don't want you guys to think I want something from you. And I told you, well, once I started like designing those shirts and stuff, I get $1 from each thing I sell because I let someone else do the shipping on, if any of those things ever start chipping or fading or anything. And they're always good for me. That's why I use them. But they will give you they'll make you a new one. You'll get it right back, or you get a refund, whatever, man. But I hope you guys are enjoying that stuff. But I appreciate the support because, we got to keep growing, and I got to start making money from it somehow to keep building this thing. But can't do it without you guys. You're too kind for that, Xavier. So thank you, my man. I cannot thank you enough for that. Really can't. You guys are awesome. Throwing it out there quickly. Rising star burns out. Just videos. Yeah, man. Welcome to the NFL. It's pretty wild that he got traded like that. But I talked about it. And in my opinion, I couldn't believe when you remember. Oh, do you think Fields will be like Jalen Hurts? And it's like, well, not with the Bears and what's going on there and what they're doing. So. No, I never felt he was going to be Jalen Hurts, but I thought you could try to develop him, and I just think that things didn't work out. So here, learning from Russell Wilson under Mike Tomlin as his coach, and obviously Arthur Smith there now, no more like Canada and all that stuff. So I think it's a great situation for him. So good for him, and I think he. Apparently, there were 4 other teams. I don't know if the Eagles were one of them, but they turned them down because Fields wanted to go to Pittsburgh. So. Hey, good for the Bears, giving him a situation to, go succeed. So best of luck to him. Go Birds, Brian. Appreciate you tuning in, my man. But, another super chat from my man Weiser. I cannot thank you enough for that, my man. Braylon Allen, no doubt. And look, man, there's a lot of running backs I'm intrigued by. And I talked about that. I like Kenny Gainwell and I like Tyrion Davis Price. I like Lou Nichols, but I want to see some real competition there, man. So I think we're going to talk a lot about the running backs coming up here. And hope you guys are strapped up and ready for this free agent period is about to end and we're getting into the draft stuff. So let's go, baby. But a big shout out to Xavier, man. I cannot thank you enough, man. I really can't. So let's go. And Wiser, appreciate you and those super chats. They all help. Drew the other day, cannot thank you enough for giving all these people memberships. Love to see it. Liz out here supporting you guys that have been doing it for a long time. All of you. And look, I understand some of you, you don't have to be paying for stuff. And I get how life is. Look, I just appreciate you taking the time, hitting the like button, any of that stuff, man. You guys are awesome. Your family here. And if there's anything I can ever do for you guys, always am here for you. I truly cannot thank you enough. And Xavier, I look forward to hearing from you. And I always love when you come back and you're like, hey, man, I'm sorry. Don't ever be sorry. I look forward to seeing you guys. You guys are family to me. And tough days, like after work, like I get to see my woman, get to see Dom and Herschel, and I'm so excited. And then it's just like that with you guys. You know what I mean? Seriously, it's like I tune it in. It's like, let's go, baby. Especially at times where, not like the end of last year where I was not looking forward to getting on. It was just pure misery and talking about how the Eagles can fix things, and it just refused. Well, they have not been refusing to do so this offseason, and we're off to a great start. So I'm glad you enjoy this content. SICKO season is truly a blast for me. I know a lot of you guys love this content because I do my best to get as much stuff as I possibly can, information. And I'm lacking in the technology here. And I am so sorry about that. The Chromebook and the phone I have suck. And I just hope that you can enjoy what I don't know how to, I don't have Photoshop or anything. I just try to create graphics that at least give you information and hope that you guys at least find what I say valuable. And that the graphics are somewhat good enough, because I'm no, graphic artist or anything like that. I'm no producer. I try to figure it out. I do this stuff. I hope you guys like when there's actually, things to talk about, when I have like the little sidebar. I always wanted that when I was younger, you know what I mean? Watching that. But yeah, man, I try to make this as cool as I can. So trust me, as I continue to grow, this will only get cooler, man. Dude, it's not by choice that, my life went like this and I'm limited and have to have all these, health issues. I don't want it, but you guys have been nothing but supportive, and we have finally found a family here of sickos, true diehard sickos who love the Eagles. Just, when we're down together. When we're up, baby, we're flying together. And that's what this is all about. And you guys, man, we go through stuff together, and that's what's awesome to me. Like, we can be open on the Fan Fridays, the Sicko Sundays. You guys talk about some of the most insane stuff. Like, you allow me to talk about stories I, hardly tell anybody, and I'm sitting here telling the world, you know what I mean? So that's what this is about, man. And you guys are family. Xavier, again, huge shout out to you, my man, and all of you guys who are supporting here. I truly love you guys. How many years Fields have left under Wilson? I think he has 1 year left, right? So that's why you talk about when you get Pickett, you at least have the backup for 2 years. Maybe if you just have him for this year, you don't like what you did in the draft or free agency, whatever, you keep him for this year, he and McKee, or maybe McKee looks good this offseason, you trade him now or next year, but you have the option for 2 years less. Justin Fields, 1 year, got to decide on the option, all that great stuff, or you let him walk, whatever. But this way, you don't have to just let him walk, right? And you don't have the controversy. And the Bears wanted him to go where he wanted to go. So I imagine he didn't want to come here and back up Jalen Hurts. He wanted to go somewhere where he knows Russell Wilson looked like ass over there in Denver. And I'm sure that he's going to do better in Pittsburgh, but he's getting older and he gets to learn from him and probably take over, pretty soon. So the battle of PAs are going to be great. If it's Justin Fields versus Jalen Hurts, I'm all about it, man. And I hope when we play him this year that we get to see that, or Jalen Hurts versus Russell Wilson. I don't care either way, because I've heard a lot of the hate people gave me for not wanting both of those players over Jalen Hurts. And well, I can't wait, because just like when I watched him beat, this season, when we saw him beat Mahomes and Josh Allen, and we were all excited about all the things he was doing. It's like, he's going to continue to do that and be, become, not become, he's going to stay as one of the best quarterbacks in the league. And I hate the slander they give him, but I'm pumped up, and I hope that we see some battles, man. Like the super chats now. Okay. You can like super chats. I did not know that. That's pretty cool. I don't see it, but if you see it, that's what's up. And look, I told you guys, I wanted to talk to you guys. Like, I want to make that better from when you guys are members. And I'm not sure. I think it said something before where I'll feel bad, where it said if I change things. Like I want to change the pricing. I want to make it like cheaper for you guys and stuff. Like I think it like restarts your, like it'll kick you off. Like you won't be members anymore. And that sucks for people like Drew and Liz who have been members and have the colored stars for being here for over a year and stuff. So it's like, I don't want to do that. But I don't know, man. I don't want you guys to have to pay money to support me. I've always been like that. I hate receiving gifts. I suck at it. I've been told I need to get better at it. And it's like, I do well giving to people, but I need to get better at receiving. And you guys are too awesome. So, and Drew, he was out here, helping out, giving out memberships, super chats. He was in here. He's a wild man, dude, up at 3 a.m. Oh, man, I just felt bad. I was hoping it wasn't just because of, insomnia and he was just doing things in his sleep. But no, Drew's always supportive here. But a like button, that's really cool. I didn't know you could do that, but that's what's up. And cannot thank you enough for the super chats and Xavier for that Cash App, whatever it is. I'm such an old drifter. Thought I was showing you're like, oh, no doubt. See, that's what's up. It's just out of Lisbon. No, let's call it a Jimmy moment. Let's just call it for what it is, because we all know that, dude, I would lose my head if it weren't attached. Like, I am literally worried about myself. And they told me, like, you might have some short-term memory loss and stuff as the years go by. I'm like, dog, it's already been happening for years. And it's definitely, and it's crazy because somebody could ask me something about the Eagles. I'm like, well, 26 years ago, the Eagles played the Cowboys. And like, I'll just spit it off. But you could ask me what I did earlier today, and I'm like, is today Sunday or is it Saturday? And they're like, it's Wednesday. And I'm just, oh, Lord. So bear with us all here. We're trying, but that's what this family's all about together, right? Brotherly love. If there's anything you need, I appreciate you, man. Oh, dude, you're nuts. And I've been asking actually for all of you guys, if you know anybody or anything, like anywhere, like a place that I can find certain things, or if you know about that stuff, like what do I need to get? Like, what can I start putting money away for to save? Like, okay, I'm going to get this for, a new computer is necessary, like, because we need the camera. You guys want to see my ugly face better. You want to see it lit up better. I get it. But I need to know what I need to get exactly. Like, I don't need to, be getting something for like gaming and, I don't do that kind of stuff. So I just need to be able to produce videos though. So I guess I do need something, to be able to at least do my graphics. I would love to start being able to do more videos again. I tried that in the beginning. And then, as I switch phones and the Chromebook stopped, like things start working as the years go by. So I was unable to do a lot of things I used to do for you guys. So it just sucks, man. I want to be able to interview players again and bring on media people and, smoke them when they don't know what they're talking about. So, dude, you guys are too kind, and just your help in pointing me in the right direction would be awesome. But Xavier, I don't know if you guys, and I need to make this like more colorful or something, but a lot of you guys miss this stuff. I know it's very small letters, but at the bottom here, any of my socials, if you guys reach out, you ever have anything like, hey, I'm getting rid of this, I saw this, like point me in the right direction. Or if you have, extensive information that you could help me with, what kind of computer or camera or things that would help out with, or even like a video maker or something I can get with a monthly subscription. I already have like a graphic thing. Obviously this show, it cost me like $50 a month. There's a few things I use and I can't think of the top of my head, but whatever. But I'm trying, and I will, as if this job really pans out like I think it will, like I'll be able to really, not just have to, because you guys know me, man, with the financial situation I'm in, every dime I make, it's really more about family first, and I love this and I want you guys to enjoy the experience. So as the time goes, I promise you it will continue and improve. It's like increments here. We're moving, but it's growing pretty good here. So we'll keep improving. I promise you. But Xavier, man, you can point me in the direction of any of that stuff. I would be beyond grateful. So I'm not sure. I think you do follow me on a couple platforms, so whatever one works for you, message me on one of those. I would love some help there. I really have no idea what I'm doing in any way, shape, or form. I seriously don't. I have no idea. But appreciate you. And I would love to just, jump out of this window, smack my head off the concrete there, and just wake up in April. Okay, no, I don't want to say that. Don't even want to put that on me. So put that on myself. Put that on me. What am I drifting up there? Okay, so dude, I'm going to be fiending, but I'll tell you one good reason we got to go through these damn shows. But, I appreciate you, man, and that super chat. But I think that, this draft season is going to be awesome because we got a lot to talk about and we got a lot of areas. We'll see where the Eagles continue to add. It'll give us a better idea of where we can go there. But, Sicko for life, my man. You're in the right place, Brian. Part of this family is where I like to see all of you. This is awesome. But, you guys are way too kind. Leave the price as is. See, and you guys are too awesome. And I don't know. I just want to do more for you. I want you guys to help me, like brainstorm some ideas, what you would like me to do for you. Like, I want to be able to make things for you to make you feel like you're more part of the team. Like, I try to give you as much info as I can, but there's got to be, I'm sure other things that you guys would, love to talk about or have shows about or top 10 lists or whatever you want, man. And, as I get better equipment, it'd be easier to make more stuff. You know what I mean? So, but let's go, China. Appreciate you tuning in. And Drew, Liz, Xavier, you guys, and all of you, Dank, and everybody wiser in here. And China, you guys are just way too supportive. Tiffany as well. You guys are awesome. All of you. And I'm sure I'm forgetting 30,000 of you that literally you guys are always helping out. And we're to the point where I literally will forget some of your names and then I'm done a video. I'm like, oh, damn, I forgot to call out this person or that. And it's like, holy hell. Like, it's to a point where there's so many comments that I have such a hard time keeping up with it. And I love that, man. I love that you guys are fiending for Eagles news. And I make as many videos as I possibly can. And I do as much information. I've learned about as many things as I possibly can over the years to just try to give you what I, look for. What I'm want to be on top of the game and don't want to hear what the media has to say and just know what's going on. I just, that's why I made this show. And I see that you sickos love that kind of stuff. So tell me what else you want, man. Tell me what else I can do for you. You know what I mean? So, look, love to see you guys sharing the love. Thomas Bot Show. I'm trying to remember if that's the one that reached out to me. It was either him, not to sound like a jerk, but there's him and there's this other kid that looks exactly like him. And I can't remember his name, but they're both very nice. But the one like commented on the show, and then the other one reached out to me and was thanking me and saying something about like help, talking about the cap and things like that. And it was really nice. So they seem like nice dudes, but I don't know who they are. But yeah, man, any help from anybody, anywhere, anytime. People don't like to help out a guy that's helping them out with free information out there. So you guys, I tell you, it's you and me, guys. It's the sickos, man. We got to band together, and they'll keep taking this stuff, but we just got to keep rising above it, right? But love to see you guys. See, it's a family in here. I love it. Your phone camera, I use my phone and a mic. Yo, dude, my phone camera is better than this camera, but I'm not able to do all the stuff I do with the production end on my phone, unfortunately. I don't play any instruments. I'm getting better at bass. Well, I play bass and dabble a little bit of guitar, but not good enough. But I'm actually trying to start a band right now before I lose my effing mind. So need a guitarist, need a bassist, need a drummer. Now, do have some people in mind. So, but being honest and upfront with us as it's been, he's not all the chance believing that. Yo, and Joe, I'm always going to hit you with those facts, baby. Always the truth. And we're getting some crazy talks here, man. And I love that. But Philly Special Show. Is that the name of the other one? Or is that Mike? Or is that Joe? There's the Philly Special, Philly Talk. I hate that. I get them mixed up. And then, dude, I'm not trying to be a jerk. I'm losing my effing mind here. But those are all great people. And I think that one that I don't really know, but Joe, Mike, friends of mine. So, but the other one, I'm not sure if I've met him yet. But Josh, that might have been his name. I could just look at my messages. I put my phone back there. But a huge fan down regular kids, probably the Philly Special Show. No doubt, my man. Yeah, I couldn't give you a lot of these people last. And it's, again, not trying to be a jerk. I can't even watch the Kelsey Show. I would love to watch that, dude. Like, that just, the little free time I get outside of the football stuff, it's with Chelsea and Dom and Herschel. Like, I just don't have much, and when I do watch stuff, it's with them. You know what I mean? So it's not like, hey, you guys want to watch some football stuff? I know that you watch me and listen to me talk about it all the time. You know what I mean? So, yeah, and that's what I need, man. I need to be shining here, dog, if that's what people want. The quality of the content is top, but I guess I gotta look pretty for all the people out there. They want to check me out and rate. I always see that weird stuff like, oh, who are the most attractive Philly athletes? I'm like, why are we rating how attractive they are? Let's talk about like the best running backs in history or something. But Josh Davis, that might have been his name. Philly's pie. That might have been it, or maybe it was the Thomas. It was one of them, dude. But those names, they sound familiar. Both of those names. Because Fox to send to you, but it may be better just to get new. And dog, I'm gonna send you a picture of what I'm looking at here. I think anything would be better, but yeah, I think if you guys just point me in the right direction, I will try my best to get something that's top of the line with it. And whether or not as long as it can handle stuff, if I got to get a camera too, whatever I got to do, I want you to be able to look at stuff and not have to I know that you guys don't like looking at me like this, and I'm sorry, dude. I kind of like being in the dark more. Like I don't want to be like I'm old and weird looking, so I don't know why you guys want to see me as an HD there. But yes, there are. There definitely are. Philly Talk is Mike. Josh is the Philly Special. And what's Joe? I can't. But yes, that is right. Officially the old guy that can't remember all these kids, right? And that's all it is, man. We were just talking about this 5 minutes ago in this video. I can tell you something from the Eagles 27 years ago, but I can't remember anything. Dude, it is so embarrassing. Like, I'll forget people's names that I know. Like, I know them, and I'm like, oh, my God. Brain's it's going, man. So get this information while you can. Clock's a ticking for me, man. But wow, I am a drifter. He's a nice guy. I have talked to him. He reached out before. He asked me to make a clip for him. That was pretty cool. He's a nice guy. I do like him. Don't do this to me. But yes, he was a very nice guy. He was, I think that was last year. Philly Shakedown. Is that what? Thank you, Celestial Buddies. This is now turned into trivia. Want to see James? No, they don't. No, they don't. They do not want to ever see that. And dude, I'm working with the guy, Drew. I'm working with that guy that was there for that. And of course, first week, he's like, this one time, he was trying to talk me into suing this lady. He's like, bro, you could probably get money and say like you were drinking so much, that's how you got cirrhosis because she made you dude, we're not. Oh, no. I was like, then he starts going off about the James Magnum and I'm like, you gotta stop telling these stories to these little kids, man. Like they don't. I'm an old man now. Old man. Old Philly. Ah, that's what it is. So apparently whoever Celestials, you're going to get me lost here, guys. I am already lost at sea. But I actually got to get rolling out here. But you guys, I love each and every one of you. Appreciate you taking the time here. And no doubt. And yes, I like Joe. I'm a friend of a lot of these guys. I like it. When I'm talking trash, you guys know who I'm talking about. Those media people I don't like the turds. There are good ones out there that can help change the game. And that's all I've ever wanted to do is show these people, help them. And I've gone on most of those people you've named their shows or, they've reached out because I've helped them with cap or, explaining how the defense works, things like that. That's what I'm here for, man. I am not here to try to be, and people always want to fight with me about how everybody sucks and got to trade Hurts and fire Howie. And it's like, dog, I'm just trying to show you how things work from my perspective. If you don't agree, that's fine. It's just a place for sickos who enjoy football. And me and a lot of those guys, I'm very grateful, that they have, been able to shout me out while, trying to help them with draft stuff and cap stuff and everything I can to help everyone. That's what I'm here for, man. Spread that brother they love. Let's go, baby. Let's change the game together because the media, well, they're miserable, negative, and they suck, and I can't stand it. And, I appreciate you, JP. Really do, man. And that's all I'm trying to do is I'm a sicko, a weirdo, dude. I've always just been obsessed with football, but the Eagles especially, obviously, I am a diehard Eagles fan. So I made an Eagles channel because when I was younger, this is what I wanted to do, right? And then I just got into drinking and being a dumbass and, well, almost died. And then, that, I guess, pushed me to start doing this. And you guys, it's just an extension of anybody who knows me. This is how I've always been. And now just to the insane degrees of teaching myself how to produce shows and graphics and try to relay the information that's going on up here. Right. So I'm glad that you guys enjoy it. And I cannot thank you enough, JP. You guys, all of you in the comments, always sticking up for me and just going out of your way to be kind and support the channel. It's too much, man. I really, and Xavier at asking for my cash. I'm like, dude, way too much there, man. You didn't have to do that. You're awesome, dude. I really can't thank you enough for that. My 2015 MacBook, if you message me, your info is going to sell. Well, that's the thing. I have like a year, like around that now. I think what's happening is it's like they're updating things in it's 2024. So by 2025, if your stuff's like 10 years old, you're not going to be able to use half the stuff. So I do appreciate that. And I can look into if that would help me, what I'm trying to do. But again, I really need to buckle down and figure out what it is I need. But I do appreciate you, and I will keep you in mind. Thank you so much, because I need something here. And it's just, it doesn't allow me to do a lot of the things that I was able to do before. And even when I did, it was like crappy. Like I want it to be quality, man. I want to be able to, you to watch a video like you're watching someone else's, like, you know, professional video. That's what we want here, man. And I'm trying. Dude on Fan Friday, need more James Mack. Yo, no, we do not, because he would get me. No, that is never going to happen. I shouldn't even have told you that. Yeah, I'm working with him, because now people are like, oh, where is it? No, but Drew on Shakes in Philly. He was talking about the guy I work with, but no doubt. But you guys, Philly 500, get along with him. I do still not know who that Joey Shakes person is, but I get along with Philly 500. He was always really cool to me. Definitely all over the place. And, you know, I'm all over the place. 500 has me dying when the Cowboys play. Yeah, me and him get along. I do like him. He had me on his show a couple times, and he had me on at the time when everyone hated Jalen Hurts, and I was the only person, you know, sticking up for him. And dude, it was nuts with the people in the chat. Oh, this guy doesn't know football. F him. And I was like, dude, Howie Roseman's a stud, dog, and he got us a stud in Jalen Hurts, and people just didn't want to hear it. And it's funny to look back, you know, a couple years later, and it's like, I appreciate those people putting me on a, you know, before I was really big. And I'm still not big, obviously, in any way, shape, or form, but you guys are helping this thing grow. And I'm appreciative to people that have helped me, you know, grow this thing. Made for a TV persona more than any. Yeah, he's hilarious, dude. I do enjoy him. You know, I hate boards. It's funny. Oh, the Broads kid that I had Jeff Mosher on my show, and then a week later they hired a kid that literally had long hair, screamed it. I was like, wait a hold on a sec. Is that? And the only reason I say this, because it probably wouldn't even have meant anything to me, but the guy, one of my sources, reached out to me and was like, you see this dude they have on WFE? He's like, I'm pretty sure they want him to be you. And that's how I first saw this kid. And I was like, who the but that's funny. But I've never honestly watched. I think maybe I saw one clip of his one time, but I don't listen to that. So I don't know anything about him to talk negatively about him. Like to learn things, to get real solid opinion. So, yo, I appreciate you, my man, and try not to get too wild here. Although those live drafts I do, and I want to do that more, man. I want you guys to enjoy that. I try to be more professional here, but you guys know I'm psycho. Like I want to work for the Eagles, so I can't just be losing my mind all the time. I have enough trouble trying not to lose my mind every day, right? But yo, you're awesome, dude, and I really do. And you know, I want you guys to have other channels, and some people are like, I don't watch anyone. Like, don't do that. You know, like there are great people out there, man. Support them over, you know, the media, the ones that are lying. And there are good people in the media too, man. But that's where you got to filter it out, right? And you got to find the people that are really giving you the goods. So I'm happy I've been able to get everybody on board without the cap works, because it was unbearable the first few years doing this, because everybody just, cap's not real. Everybody sucks. We don't have caps. It's like, all right, dude, we're about to teach people how this works. And it's been awesome. People really do enjoy it. So I'm glad you guys like it. Okay, at times, no doubt. But yo, I love you. I truly love you, brother. But you guys, way too kind. And I'm not going to sit here and let you just praise me all night. But you're awesome. I got to get going. Going to go spend time with the fam. I hope you guys had a great and a very happy St. Patrick's Day. Had that green on. I literally put this shirt on earlier, and I was like, oh, look at that. I'm like, I'm wearing green for St. Patrick's, right? You know, I'm wearing green every damn day, pretty much. But this was fitting, very fitting. Had a nice little day out with the fam. It was a good day, very beautiful out. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. Had a great weekend. So next week, I've got some things planned, like talking about. I'm hoping they have the cap stuff out by tomorrow. I'm going to look at lunch. I'm going to keep checking on it, and I'm going to do my best to get the cap stuff out next week, because they got to have it out by then. We'll break that down for you. I'll talk about positions of need. We'll talk about the ways to create cap space. We'll update that one. We'll update the defensive video. So you're going to get some goods this week. So stay patient. And look, any move we make, you'll get a video. And again, on the weekdays when I'm at work, I'm so sorry. Like if I don't always post something at first or can't make a video, when I get home, as soon as I do, whether I got mud all over me or I'm, covered in cement or whatever the hell is happening, I will always be breaking things down for you. And look, man, you're damn right. You are damn right, because it is unbearable out there. That's why I created this show on my deathbed, literally. So, yeah, man. But you guys are too awesome. Cannot thank you enough for the support. You know it, Tiffany. Thank you. And all of you. Xavier, again, thank you so much for the super chat. Wiser, Dank, all of you guys for the support. Liz and, obviously Drew out there doing big things. You guys are truly awesome. China, Brian, all of you guys that tune in every single night. Can't thank you enough, man. I seriously can't do this without you guys. But we'll have an update on the free agents too as another wave happens. All this stuff. Don't worry. You'll continue to get content every single damn day. But love you guys. Stay safe. And if you guys need anything, you need a friend to talk to, you need a ride home. If I'm within distance there, I will come get you, whatever. But have a safe holiday, an enjoyable holiday. And watch all of them. Each one of you bring something. Yo, appreciate you, my man. I really do. Troy, you are truly awesome, man. And I love meeting all you guys. You guys are truly becoming part of the family. And Nina, thank you so much. Always enjoy watching your family videos. And I tell you guys, you remind me when I get to see that stuff. Reminds me of the times growing up with my family and building my new family now. It's just, I love it, man. Football, it's much more. Eagles, it's much more than just the game of football. And we all know that as true sickos, diehards, growing up, loving our birds. And that's what this is all about. So I love you guys. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you. But until next time, I'm Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all have a great night. Stay safe. And as always, say it with me now. Go Birds!